Hello and welcome to another video. In this one I'll be covering the whole front line, starting out in the northern part, after which I'll be going through the whole front line and I'll be covering some combat footage along the way. So starting out here in the north, the Russian forces have started attacks in the direction of Krokhmelny, as well as Novoselivsk and Stelmahivka. Here in the northern part of Svatove, it seems that the Russian forces have restarted their activities in this direction and are now fighting here to the north of Svatove. As for the Kreminna front, fighting continues along the front line as the Russian forces attack in the direction of Makiivka, Nevsky, west of Chernopolivka, in the direction of Terny, direction of Serishne, south of Dubrova, and in the Serebryansky forest area. As for the Bilohorivka area, it was reported that the Russian forces continue attacking in this direction. However, the Ukrainians actually managed to take some further positions here to the east of Bilohorivka. So I'm starting to think that the Ukrainian forces refuse to report any attacks they're doing, as they just want to keep promoting the idea that the Russians are attacking, the Ukrainians are just sitting there and taking the hits for whatever propaganda narrative that they are running. Fighting continues in the direction of Verkhnokamiansk, as well as northwest of Berestove. And here there is some combat footage of a BMP. It was located to be here to the slightly north of the village, but still within the village. I've gathered all the combat footage to be all in one place, so it will be following after the Bakhmut front, so make sure to stay tuned. Then fighting continues here in Seleshnyansk. And here in the direction of the E40 highway, the Russian forces have shelled Ukrainian positions along the highway as the Ukrainian forces started an offensive, but then were drawn back. And as they were retreating, the Russian forces heavily shelled their positions. There was a Russian drone that kept telling them information about the locations of the Ukrainian forces. And after a lot of shelling, the Ukrainian forces suffered a lot of losses based on the video evidence. And this video was geolocated by Deep State Map. Then we see fighting continues here in the direction of Orihovo-Vasilivka, as well as to the south in between Hryhorivka, in the direction of Bohdanivka, as well as Khomove, here to the northwest of the city, north of the city in the direction of the Assam steel plant, southeast in the direction of this area here by the marketplace as they are moving into the center of the city. In the southern places here to the south of the city, in the southwestern district next to the industrial faculty. Fighting also continues here to the south of Ivanivsk, as well as in the direction of Ivanivsk itself. And according to the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, fighting continues in the direction of Prereshina. Then, according to the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, fighting also continues by Usaryanivka, but apparently it's the Russians attacking Usaryanivka, which is why I'm saying the Ukrainian forces' narrative is that even if the Ukrainians are attacking, it is the Russians attacking Usaryanivka when the Ukrainians go there to fight the Russians there. So no, it is the Ukrainian forces attacking Usaryanivka, not the Russian forces attacking Usaryanivka. And make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you learned something from what I'm doing, as it helps me out very much. Then we move on to the Avdiivka front, where here the Russian forces are attacking in the direction of Novokalinove, as well as Depove, Kamyanka, in the direction of the south of Avdiivka, as well as in the direction of Severne. In the direction of Pervomaisk, fighting continues both to the north and the center of the city, where here the Russian forces have managed to advance within this area and have taken some territory within Pervomaisk. And I have been saying that the Ukrainian forces would have to retreat from this area, as the Russian forces have advanced within the north and the south of it. And considering there's only been 5 days between the captures of these two areas, it indicates that the Russian forces actually did it fairly quickly on their standards. Fighting also continues in the direction of Nevelsky, as well as in the southern area in the direction of Marinka. Fighting continues in the north, center, and to the south of the city, as well as to the east of Novomikhailivka. Fighting continues in this direction as well. And finally, fighting continues in the direction of Uledar. So the Russian forces are continuing their attacks on the whole front line, and the Ukrainian forces are actually increasing their counterattacks although small in scale, they are attacking in different directions, which shows that the Ukrainian forces now are in a situation where the capacity has increased for potential offensive actions. So an upcoming Ukrainian offensive, some have said it will happen in Bakhmut, others have said it will happen in Zaporizhia to cut off the land bridge between Crimea and Russia. Either case, it seems that it is closing in on the current situation as the Ukrainian forces are increasing their capacity to perform any offensive operations. And that is going to be all for this update. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.